Well, I'm making a cat-proof window because Putin the cat jumped right through the freaking window. Actually, I think he jumped through the window on the. There's a white and black cat. It's got white patches. It's got big white patches and white black patches on it. And yesterday I saw him. He was trying to jump through the window, but I only had the window open this much. But I don't really need to do this right now because it's kind of cool outside, except in the daytime. In Florida, of course. But just measured it out. It's going to be 10 inches on each side. And then, of course, we got our mask here. And I got my safety glasses. Well, you get the idea. I already cut through here because I got to kind of do that with two hands. And I'm going to probably just break out. I'm going to probably overlap it. Probably just break out this old welder here that I fixed, redneck rigged. I'll see what I did. And probably just bend these ends over so they hook onto the window frame. I don't know if I'm going to keep that on there permanent, but I know it'll be more than strong enough to keep Mr. Cat from jumping out, because I don't want him to get clobbered by a raccoon, because raccoons come by here every once in a while. One consideration I got to worry about if I go up to Tennessee, because those guys are going to have to be well protected, because there's going to be big animals around here that'll eat my cats, and I don't like that. And they ain't going to touch my cats, man. Well, what I'm going to do is actually overlap these, and got them overlapped so you can't tell they're overlapped really, because they're one's behind the other one, right? And I'm going to put it right over this and get rid of that black Gorilla Tape too. And it's going to get, I'm going to probably put some pop rivets on here. I don't know how many, with some fender washers. And since I have the grate on the top, which I'm not sure if anybody can fit through there. If they're skinny, they could. If they're fat, they can't. That was like my burglar thing. Well, I guess it's going to get more burglar resistant. So actually I'm gonna probably put a couple deadbolts on the bottom of this door here too. So don't need any fancy welds on this. I don't think I'm going to paint it because it's not exposed to the weather and it's got some kind of damn coating on it. If it rusts, I'll just drill out the pop rivets and paint it white, but more than likely it won't rust for years because it's not exposed to weather. And number two, if it's painted, usually you got to paint it anyway, then you got to take it apart and drill out the pop rivets and paint it. Nothing's 100% foolproof because you can actually take a sawzall and go right through the freaking wood frame of a house too. So I mean, really, it's not a freaking pillbox or some crap, you know what I mean? But it's designed to keep Mr. Kitty Cat out, but I guess this will also work for any kind of people that try to break in or something. Who knows? Yeah, this is my cheap ass. What the hell is this thing? Northern Industrial Chinese welder, MiG 135. You can see this little green light. That's I think it's a 24 volt power supply. I have it strapped up here, and it's rigged into the wire speed, and I think this is the wire speed here, and I don't really mess with it because that's actually supposed to be the wire feed, and I can't get that to work. I put a rheostat in there, but you can see it works. I didn't turn it on. It works without the machine on. So that's an independent power supply going to the wire speed. Then you can turn it on. Yeah, it's working. I'm going to have it on setting 4. I'm going to weld this up. I'm not going to do an extremely good job of it. Probably just hit about a dozen spots on the side there, full power, and that's it. We'll be done. Yeah, something else I found out for doing welds. I'm probably going to get a little bit better now. See these are like 2 or 2.5 power reading glasses. They work good from about I'd say 1.5 to 2 feet away. They fit under that helmet no problem. And you know, it's like they make everything a little bit bigger so I can see better. And I think that has helped me out a lot. Now this thing, like I said, I really can't adjust the wire speed on it. It's not a great welder, and I'm not a good welder anyway. Well, we'll see. It's going to stick though. That's all that counts. Well, let's see if I can do this one. It's not coming out. It's coming out good enough, man. I'll just get the grinding wheel out. I mean, it's not designed to freaking hold in, you know, Genghis Khan, so good enough, you know. Probably going to put maybe 15 spots on there like that. It's good enough. And then it'll be pop riveted to the frame. You know, it's only as strong as it's going to be anyway. Yeah, the one thing that really helped out this welder a lot was this clamp, too. It freaking made a big difference. Instead of the clamp that came with it, that ground clamp really helps. It's not that bad. It's just that I really can't adjust it that well. So whatever. Kind of gloppy. So yeah, we'll put a quick coat of paint on it. Who knows? Well, I did find some paint, and that's a stainless steel washer. It's got kind of bend on it, so it wraps around this. I'm only putting 3 of these in here. I already got 2. One up there, one here. One's going in here. This looks like a big bolt cutter. It's for structural rivets. And you squeeze this handle together right here. And what happens is this pulls in. It pulls this nail out. And this pulls in. It makes a mushroom head behind here. And it snaps off this bolt clean. Just like right here, you know. Then you got a rivet. It's like 3 rivets with this thing doubled up. It ain't going nowhere. I mean, you know, it's not going to stop a person. But actually, it's freaking more than a window. Actually, that thing probably would stop a person. But the cat ain't going to get out. And also, the screen, I could still pop the screen out. And I could wash the window on this side. And if I want to paint this, all I got to do is put a piece of cardboard behind there and just paint it. So it's not a problem. So I don't know if I can film this, but basically you're squeezing this together. See? And it goes in. And it might be a little shaky, but see, it's mushrooming, making that head pull in. It's making a mushroom on the other side, so it can't come out. And you'll hear it snap pretty soon. So these are long ones, so let me I'd have to do this off film, but it'll work. Okay, so it's snapped off. It's got a washer behind that, so it's in there, man. I mean, the cat ain't definitely no cat's getting out of that thing. You can still see out. And when I got the kerosene heater cooking in there, I can leave this window open more than this. I can leave it open up to there. And it ain't gonna affect them going on the outside. See how it looks from the outside in, from the inside out. Probably affects your vision somewhat, but not too much, I don't think. Yeah, it does affect quite a bit. And there's a little gap here I can kind of look through. But actually, if I put a, well, I ain't gonna go to town with this. This thing here is, you know, there's only like 11 inches of space. You have to be pretty skinny to fit through. Most Americans are fat, and that's kind of like my burglar thing. But this is more my cat thing. He ain't gonna bust out of there. But I guess they could still see over it. They can still see through it. I don't want to mess them up too much here, but I don't want this guy jumping out and freaking raccoon getting him, because sometimes there's raccoons out here. That's what I don't like. I'm scared for the Mr. Cat. So Yeah, it was this guy, Mr. Putin the cat, that busted through the window, man. Here he is sleeping on his Bill Speck freaking sleeping bag, right? Guy's moving his tail around, see? Here he is. He's got his cold weather gear right here in his tactical bag, right? And your Confederate flag blanket. You're a maniac, man. I can believe you busted right through that damn thing. You're funny, man. You're a stronger cat than I thought. Anyway.